This is for wowheed. Interesting question. I never heard it phrased like this. Can a Gentile who believes in the God of Israel be a Baal teshuva? Also, can he become a chosid? Not sure the right word. I think that is the right word. Of a rabbi of blessed memory. The term Baal teshuva, literally translated, means a master of repentance, and it's generally reserved for people who are raised in an Orthodox in the Jewish world, born to a Jewish mother, but somehow are not observant of Jewish law, or they were and then they weren't, and they decide to make their way back. Baal means master. Someone who's a Baal teshuva generally means someone who's mastered this concept of repentance, so he's not falling anymore in his spiritual journey. People ask, "Are you a Baal teshuva?" I said, "No, I'm a chosid v'teshuva." Chosid means returning in repentance. I'm still working on my little process here, but I'm not dead yet, so it's not over. Anyway, can also going to be a chassid. Oh, so when it comes to a Gentile, the highest designation we have is called a goy tzedek, a member of the nations of the world who is righteous, and that this is something halacha brings, that they have a share in the world to come, and they are good people. You know, they're to be praised, and they're they're the cream of the crop. I mean, a goy tzedek is it. Also, can he become a chassid of Rabbi Let's Remember? Yeah, anyone can become a chassid of anyone. A chassid just means an adherent. So if you happen to find in history, let's say you're a big fan of Aristotle, so you can say, I'm a chassid of Aristotle. I know what he said, I know what he thinks, I know what he feels. If I had a question in my life, I would go to Aristotle and try to decipher from what he wrote what he would say in this case, and I'm his chassid, I'm his adherent. So anyone can become chassid of anyone, and yeah, I hope this helps. I was gonna say, I think you spelled the word chesed, chesed, which chesed means kindness, but what chesed means translated means pious. I'll tell you an interesting story. When the Hasidic movement was first formed, it had strong opposition from normative Judaism. I mean, this was like, I don't like to make this comparison, but it's pretty much, the guys who end up worshiping the guy from Nazareth, they were opposed by the rabbinic Judaism. Same thing when the Baal Shem Tov came around, he was opposed by rabbinic Judaism in a very, very strong way. They had wars, really, where people were arrested and people were beaten. I mean, it wasn't nice at all. But anyway, they asked him, the title seems to have come about as a joke. They would say, you guys are Chassidim, you guys are pious. Because Chassidim pray longer, they immerse in ritual baths, they were very concerned about the sharpness of the knife, that they were ritually slaughtering animals to be deemed as kosher. And they would make fun of him, like, you guys are so pious. And Baal Shem Tov said, you want to know something? He was the leader. He's called the father of Chassidim. He was their leader when he was alive. And he said something, the righteous never depart, but he said something like this. He said, you want to know something? In truth and in essence, our opponents should have been called Chassidim, pious, and we should have been called Misnagdim. Misnagdim means opponent. So he said, we should have been the opponents, because they were the establishment. We were their opponents. And they're Chassidim, they're pious, we are simply their opponents. So it would lead, the funniest thing I think of, it's not very funny, but my sense of humor isn't that great, is that it would lead to us studying Misnagdisism as opposed to Chassidus, or Misnagdis as opposed to Chassidus. Anyway, so that's what Chassid means. It means pious. It says in the Gemara, who is pious? He who acts benevolently with his Creator. It's someone who goes above and beyond the letter of the law and tries to fulfill the spirit of the law and to the best of his ability. And you'll find, to me, the beauty of Judaism and of spiritual service in general is that it's unlimited. And it's infinite because God is infinite, the Torah is infinite, and your soul is infinite. So that being the case, there's never enough you can do, and you can always add more and more and do it in a more beautiful, more refined, more artistic, more articulate manner. You can always serve God on a higher level. So so you can be a chassid of anyone you want. Okay, but it's important not to discount your own personal abilities, I think. Okay, I hope this helps, and God bless.